So thank you very much, Betty, for coming to my Business Breakthrough podcast. Would you mind just opening up and telling us a little bit about yourself? What is it you do?
Yes, I love to tell about myself because I love to help others with natural health and remedies. And
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, I have entrepreneurs or very, very hardworking people who really like to work, and then they sometimes have really problems with their energies. I
Mm-hmm.
started my business when I was 31. And now I'm
Mm-hmm.
68, and I wanted to take good care of my child. And at that time, when
Mm-hmm.
you were a single mother, there was no daycare, baby care. So I thought I will be an entrepreneur in natural health, and then I can do my business and take care of my child.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
now we are
Yeah.
36 years later.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
there's one way to do it because a lot of people they wouldn't, they are afraid to take that step. So it's a big thing that you did it.
And
Wow. And in those
I,
in those
I'm a
many
right
years.
brainer, so
Yeah.
my luck is my right brainer. When I could have made the math, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I completely see that. And then so tell me more about this natural health, like what specifically you are doing for people, what specifically you are telling them to do if somebody has some problems, like some examples, because
Yeah.
I'm, really into natural health as well, and I'm really would like to know more just for myself, to be honest, really as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'll be good to know.
Yes. What I do, that is and the natural health is looking at the whole person, for example, and has also the thing that your body can heal yourself. Only
Hmm.
sometimes you need some adjustments. And
Hmm.
the adjustment can be most of the time done by yourself. And that's the most elegant and natural way, by taking more rest, drinking, having a good beer with friends, a good talk with friends. You know the blue zones in the world where the people are very healthy.
Hmm.
But sometimes there are things taking you down, and that can be your inheritance or your genes or your lifestyle. And you can ask people a lot. And now, these days, we have natural frequencies. And with the frequencies, you can scan a body, because a body had, now, I'm not good in the numbers, but billions, trillions of cells, and they all have energy. And you can
Hmm.
connect with that energy and see if the energy is okay, down,
Hmm.
or too much. And
Hmm.
there you can make an adjustment. And even with the frequencies, you can also be more specific about the lifestyle adjustments. So it's
Hmm.
not general, it's really more specific.
Hmm. Okay, I see. And so, what are, for example, some of these adjustments what people can do themselves? Like you mentioned that the body can heal itself. Yeah, I completely agree with that. And if somebody still having a little bit of problems, and they do all the basic things, but still they are it's not enough. So, what would be some of the adjustments
Yeah.
they could do?
Yeah. Yeah, I will tell you, I will give you an example from my clients from this week. I got an
Mm-hmm.
emergency call this afternoon from a lady who's really, really afraid she might lose her health. She has really fear of getting really sick, and she was already burned out, and she lost a lot of people and significant others, and especially her husband, on heart
Mm-hmm.
problems. And she cannot come over it, and it cost all her energy. And I helped her, and she's doing much better now. And for one reason or other, she says, Betty, I'm not going to make it. There's something wrong now. And I have seen her, I think, 6 months ago. So I said, I will scan you. And what I saw, that was, I say, I see your digestion is not optimal. Your sugar is not optimal. You're losing a lot of minerals. Your vitamins are completely used out, so you cannot recover. So you are on the border. But the good thing is, and that was 6 months ago, not, and that's really important, especially for entrepreneurs who work and they say, oh, I'm okay, there's nothing wrong with me, I can do it. But you never realize when you go over a certain border where you're not have the resilience to go back. And I said, the good news is
Mm-hmm.
you listened very well, you took care of yourself, your nerve system is all right. So if you take these adjustments and come to me, we can have a talk as well. I will give you the frequencies. You see here, I have the frequencies. You put the bone on your head or your foot on the machine. Then
Mm-hmm.
the frequencies will help you. And then you have to help yourself again by
Mm-hmm.
eating a little bit better or much better, um, taking care of your emotions. Talk to a psychologist about your
Mm-hmm.
fears. That's not my job, but I encouraged her. If you have the energy again, then try to adjust your fear in something where you can live it, because what is separates from animals is, of course, we know we're going to die, but only not how.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. And then I was thinking, because, for example, when I sometimes, even with have a business partner and he's like, for example, I don't know, he's having a headache or something, and he would just like, I'll just take a pill. He just takes a pill, he just get numb, and then and he's good. And I have a headache or something happens, and then I'm like, I'm not taking any pills, and then I'll tell him, the body will do the same things. If you take the pill, you'll just, make it like it doesn't think about it, but it's still there. So, um, or in the past, my mom would be like, "Hey, take this pill for your temperature. It's gonna help you." And then my wife, because she's really into this, she was reading a lot of books and like Gabor Mate and the body can heal itself. And she said like, don't take any pill because the body will do exactly the same thing if you take the pill or not. So I stopped taking the pills, and exactly it's taking the same thing. But how do you do people find you for these purposes, or how do you advertise this kind of a business? Because I feel like because of the media, because media wants us to obviously use the normal medicine because obviously there is a lot of money for them in it. So how do you advertise it? And is there a resistance with people of them are like, oh, no, 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 I'll go to normal doctor because obviously a lot of people they don't believe in that, and they believe in the traditional medicine rather than healing itself and just natural products. So how do you how do you go over that objection with people if they have that, or to people to come to you when they are already made their mind? Or
Yeah, it's not so complicated. I always educate, because
hmm
education is the first thing to keep the confidence and to learn people about their body and what is the healing recipe of your body. And
hmm
when they know the first healing recipe, which is taking rest and taking care of your breath, that's really important. And most of people, especially in the area Amsterdam where I live, people are running, walking, working. They say, yeah, I take my rest, but they don't take their rest. The
hmm
second part is taking care of your diet, eating properly, and taking the things or you like, eating with friends, and as healthy as possible. And then taking rest. I have something for
hmm
entrepreneurs. Where do I have it? Oh, I have a placemat for
uh-huh
it's I love the simple things. This is for
hmm
entrepreneurs, energy tips for entrepreneurs. And that
hmm
is drink water, rest, rest.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's really good to take care of your aggression when your colleague or some law thing or your sales are not well. The aggression is pumping you up, and you cannot you cannot express it. You cannot hit your client or your colleague, but sometimes it's really good to make the movements or go to the gym and say, okay, I'm going to do this to give my body the signal that I have done the fighting. And then
Yes.
one of the most important things, it's scientifically, be grateful. Gratefulness is the most important emotion to be aware of to set your body in a healing stand and
Hmm.
share. That's these are really good things. And
Hmm.
of course, natural remedies, when they are suitable for you, like homeopathy or what I do now, the frequencies, they can lift you up. They can help you remember, okay, this is my strength. You can fall apart. That's the word in English. Oh, I'm falling apart. But the sooner you lift yourself up again, that can help you to have your own power. And what helps me up is
Hmm.
different than my husband or for you. So the specific things for your personality or for your, in homeopathy we say constitution, can be different. For me,
Hmm. Hmm.
sometimes not fighting, it's more cuddling or okay, it's okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. And
So it's a combination. Never take one thing. You have to see all the elements have to take care for.
mhm. You mentioned one thing on the board, which was a share at the end. So, so to share what? Like with our friends, to share about how we feel, or what do you mean by sharing?
Yeah. Share is or how we feel, or if you have a question, or your vision. I just had a
Hmm.
conversation. I assumed you mean this. Is that accurate? So you can connect really well. When you feel, oh, I'm starting to get lonely, or is he understanding me?
Hmm.
Sharing can also be, um, my husband is ill, and it takes a lot of energy. Please understand that I'm not completely available all the time. Or sharing what is important. Of course,
Hmm.
in a company, sometimes you're really vulnerable to share it with colleagues or your boss. So then it's really important to have friends.
Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So speak about it. Yeah, it's very interesting to hear how you do it in your approach, because also I have a friend in Scotland, and then he went through a quite tough time because he was like 16 years just behind the screen working on the multiple laptops, and he basically got this thing from the blue light, was always indoor, not enough vitamin D, and a lot of different things. And then he spent so much money with doctors and everything, like before he realized that, that there is a natural way to do it, and the ways of like changing a lot of different things in his life. And it cost him £70,000 and 3 years of his life to kind of get back to like, he's talking about like 80% of where he should be. Uh, and I was speaking with him about it because he knows so much about it, because in 3 years he was put all his mind into it
Yeah,
to get healthy and back on track. And then and obviously a lot of things are changing, and there's a lot of people in where I live as well in Scotland where they would benefit from his knowledge. So I was telling him like, hey, go and share it with people because it's really valuable. And then but that's why I was asking, because he was saying like, yeah, but people still turn to the natural medicine, and so yeah, it's, like you mentioned, it's a lot of about education,
yeah,
and then and it can help. But another question I have is, we met a few weeks ago in London, And I didn't actually know you do natural health. That was the first thing I didn't know. We met on the JT Fox event and we started chatting because obviously you are doing AI as I do.
Yeah.
And then we are in the same kind of a group. So how did you decide to do the AI now when you're doing over 30 years natural health and how this comes together? And then what do you expect from the AI to do for you and for your clients? Like, how does that kind of come together?
It's, I think it's kind of logical when education is most important for health, education, sharing the knowledge together. And
Hmm.
I'm following JT for quite a while. Um, I have a show on Millionaire Flix. It's not
Hmm.
possible now anymore, but if you have Millionaire Flix, I have a
Hmm.
show from wealth to health. I wrote a bestseller, Strategies for a Better Life.
Oh,
And I
nice.
have a lot of training. And
Hmm.
the AI was logical because now I have Betty's brain. I put all
Hmm.
my trainings in my AI, and the frequencies I have, the AO scan, I put
Hmm.
all the data in so I can make an analysis for my clients. I put Betty's brain with adjustments. So I have my unique combination, and
Hmm.
instead of giving people all the courses and the papers, now it's on AI with a better picture, I hope. But it's an upgrade from what I do all my life, and much easier
Hmm.
and fun because
Hmm.
I meet people like you. I just had another lady in Australia. She's going to work with me. It's incredible. The world is open, and healing is connecting, and AI is something you can use for the good.
Hmm.
My
Absolutely.
AI is human sync AI agency because
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
human connection and the AI that's perfect.
Hmm. And I think it's also, obviously, I don't know really at the moment how much you charge for your natural health and how when you do with people, but like with in many cases with the AI is like obviously you uploaded all the knowledge and everything about you, what you've done over the 30 years, and then I can imagine that this is much more affordable for some people, so they
Yeah,
can get that first. They can obviously ask you any questions that'll be like you'd be answering them, and of course, if they would like the human touch, which is obviously important as well, so that they could upgrade and obviously work with you
yeah,
if you have a space on a one-to-one basis. But it's kind of like it can be for everybody, which is
yeah.
also some kind of a would call it maybe legacy or something, which obviously it can be passed because now you uploaded all the knowledge over there. So yeah, so what are some other plans you have with combining the AI? Obviously, we have the Betty's brain there. So what is your approach now? How to get it to so people can get to know about it, so you can even help much more people than you did, in the past.
Yes, with the AI, it's also for me a new possibility to start my new campaign. I I have now my
Hmm.
new company, Vision for a Better Health. This is my husband. Bye bye.
Hi,
And
hi.
Vision on Health is now my new company. So now I'm going to start with the AI of GT and his knowledge of business. I'm now going worldwide. And yesterday I had my first connection in Australia. So
Hmm.
this is, I live for 35 years now, and it's most mouth to mouth, but I
Yeah.
do a lot on Facebook. I was on national television. So, in my possibilities, I do a lot on education. I go to all over the country where all people are coming together for national health uh, congresses. So, I'm also a startup in a new kind of health education with the frequencies. And that's why I
Hmm.
really love to talk to you in the podcast, in the speaking academy, because we natural health people have to learn as well to grow in a new way. Because yeah, I'm also a little bit um, yeah, digibate. I cannot say I'm a digibate. I really know it, but sometimes it's really
Mm-hmm.
great to have professionals to help you to connect the
Mm-hmm.
dots.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I even like um I'm doing a mastermind in April in Romania, and I have one lady. She's from Switzerland, and she's gonna be coming, and she's an expert in her field with her gut. So how to kind of restore the gut because a
Yeah.
lot of people have it like I don't know to call it destroyed, broken, or something.
Oh,
So
definitely.
then
It's
they are
important.
yeah, they do all the other things and it's not working, but because this is not fixed there. So I'm bringing her in, and she's going to be talking about it because it's super important. Because I see a lot of people, they have a problem with that, like eczema or a lot of different things. I used to have problems in the past as well with, with these things. So I think it's like when we know these people and who is doing what, or another person I met in Red Bull Racing last year, Sabrina. So she gave me some blood tests about checking like levels of um on the body, and yeah. So it's like everybody can have a little bit of specialty, but like if people really will do some of the basic things like you mentioned, especially like drinking, good water and eating well and taking care about their body, like it's really really good what everything the body can do. But yeah, I think sometimes people want it too quick, right? Because they are like they start with the good stuff and they're like month from now and it's like nothing is working, it's not working. It's like, yeah, but you didn't take care about your body for 25 years or 30 years. You put the shit things in it, and now you expect in 1 month it's gonna change everything. It's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Expectation management is really important. For example, the gut to heal that. I think the gut spread out is 24 football fields. Can you imagine what have to be repaired? All those
Yeah. Yeah.
cells.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
also the expectation from the medical care is one pill for one problem, and the education is you have to change. I say we are sailors, my husband and I. Even when you change a little bit, of course you can come somewhere else, but you have to be a little bit patient and know what you're doing, why things are sometimes going not so
Mm-hmm.
fast. For
Mm-hmm.
important is when people are burned out, they say, I do this, and it won't work, and I'm now even more um, down the drain. And then I explain, this is your
Yeah.
signal, and here you receive. And when you're burned out, it's broken, the signals cannot come over, and also it's not working well. So if you do your adjustments and it's going little by little, it's going better, you're doing well, but the
Mm-hmm.
solution is not there yet. Like in Red Bull, when your things are not connected, the motor is not coming, but it is coming, but in your body you cannot see that you're doing
Mm-hmm.
well. And
Mm-hmm.
with the frequencies, there is finally the opportunity to see, I'm doing my best. It's not completely working yet, but I'm making progress. I'm not waiting for nothing. And that's
Yeah.
important to stay uh, focused and relaxed instead of fearful. What is going to happen? Nothing is working.
Yeah, yeah. Thing is, like, it reminded me like cleaning a house. It's like, we kind of pile things in the house in the different places. I remember when I was young, like I would have my wardrobe, right? And just putting things there, and eventually some t-shirt would fall behind or something like that. And suddenly the wardrobe is getting a little bit messy, and then more messy and more messy. And then my mom would open it up, I was like, oh, what a mess. Clean up. And she would throw everything on the floor and created even a bigger mess because it was now everything on the
Yeah,
floor. But then I would have to go by one, fold it and put it back, and now it would be cleaned and nice. But if somebody comes in the wrong moment into that room, they'll feel like, oh, the room is even more messy than it was before because, like, yeah, you need to wait. I'm working on it.
yeah,
So it seems like
yeah. And sometimes you
Yeah.
have to repair the closet and the things. So you have to repair your body or your liver or your
Yeah.
abdomen or whatever. Definitely. And have
Hmm.
fun, eh?
Hmm. Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
when you're fearful,
Yeah.
it's not have fun and confidence. And okay, I'm finally going to take care of myself. It's good. Come on.
Yes. Hmm.
It's great. Eh? You're in Australia. We're talking.
My my connection has become a little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My internet slower. Seems like it's now. Cool. Yeah. So you mentioned. Can you hear me well? Yeah.
No, I don't know
No.
him. No.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What did you ask? You said a name, eh?
Oh, hello.
Yes, I'm here again.
Yeah. Okay. Good. It's back. I don't know. Something will happen with the connection. Like I'm outside, so in here, like you mentioned, in Australia. So it's when kind of motorhome side, so the internet is not the best. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do, like, if anybody would be personally interested about natural health. So I'm going to put obviously you in the description so people can reach out to you. But you mentioned that you'll come to our event in May when we are in Amsterdam. So I think this is definitely a good place to, if somebody would like to meet you in person and then they can check your Betty's brain, what everything can do. I think we can show it to them. So I'll put all the link in the description so people can register for that as well. So that'll be very good. And I would like to ask you one last question where I usually ask everybody is if somebody is going through some difficult time with their business, I'm sure you did as well, what help you the most to overcome that challenge?
Stick to the rules. What JT says, solve your problems, take 3 problems a day. And I've written a book about that.
Mm-hmm.
I will send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a difficult time, you know you're stressed and your thinking is not right. So you have to make a plan. The three important things in your business to take care of. Then
Mm-hmm.
you have to take care of your mind that you can think, and that is the breathing and the heart coherence.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to manage your energy. So your energy is the best in the morning. Then you have to take a rest, and then in the afternoon again. Then it's really important to nourish your brain with hydration, good food, and with the movements. Sometimes eye movements are really important to connect your brain, to make a lazy eight.
Mm-hmm.
I will do the lazy eight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going from the middle up, and there you connect because JT talks about left and right brainers, but you need them both. So the
Yes.
lazy eight with your eyes or your motion is really important, and there you can prepare yourself for the hard job to start your business over again or reorganize or whatever we have. And then also the confidence. JT says you only need 50 good days. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
accept the other days sometimes are difficult, but that doesn't matter. You're going to that 50 days, and when you're prepared, you can make the connection, you can make the deal. And when you are shitty or thinking, oh, life sucks, and then nothing happens. So that is
Yeah.
really a matter of strategic thinking and knowing your they will come when you're really prepared and study. I studied a lot,
Mhm.
JT. I had coaching from JT, and then there was crisis again. But I stayed studying because I invested a lot in him. And then when things got better, I immediately invested again in JT. I met you.
Mhm.
So there are no excuses. I'm the
Yeah.
example that there are, and I'm not a billionaire or whatever, but I am the example. JT reached out to me in Corona time. Normally, perhaps I was not his target group, I don't know, but he did quite a good job with me. And I'm really
Hmm.
grateful for that.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
JT cannot do it for you. You have to do it yourself. And I help
Absolutely.
entrepreneurs to take care of their health business.
Hmm.
And then nou
Yeah.
ja, you can have the results you deserve.
Yeah. I mean, health is first because if we are not healthy, no matter what we do or what we have, it's not gonna make us happy because
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need to be healthy first. So
definitely. Yeah,
definitely we need to
yeah,
take care about ourselves. It's a
yeah.
really good exercise with the eyes because you're not the first person who is saying it. I don't know who told me that before. And I started doing it and I totally forgot about it again. So that's why you can see like how repetition is important
Yeah,
to remind ourselves to do things again and again and again. So
yeah,
just
yeah.
to yeah, just to
And
do it. That's
especially entrepreneurs, they need things they can do on their desk. JT has also exercises to do on your desk or to do it in 3 minutes because you don't have the time to sit the whole day doing your yoga, which is, of course, fantastic. Only not all the time for entrepreneurs. So we have to adjust it to our life. And that's what I love to work with entrepreneurs to help them with their results and in a
mhm.
way they can manage. And sometimes I say, stay a little bit longer on the toilet or go outside with the smokers while you don't smoke. Just things which suits in a modern life and not completely floating away. If you want, it's
Absolutely.
okay. But down the earth and taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Betty, for sharing all of that. I mean, it was really good. And then obviously, I'm excited to see you in Amsterdam in person. It'll be just a couple of months, and we are there. So yeah, it'll be very good to get to know you more and see what else we can do together. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your questions. And if people want to reach out to me, they're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.